I just want to take the time to say thank you for coming and visiting with me here in my garden. And I have something very special to share with you, and that is this beautiful jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. So, if you want to hear more about how this all came about, then stay tuned here in Catherine's Garden, my city cottage garden. The garden this morning. It's nice and calm. We have been getting rain, thunderstorms. So everything is nice and well watered. It is a well watered garden. It's made me very, very happy. It's like there's been a rebirth. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden, and I hope all is well with you. Yes, well, this is a wonderful day, and I have something wonderful to share with you, but first I want you to take a look at my canna flower. Oop, there's a bee coming out. Do you see the bee? The bees love it. Look at that. And they've been doing really well here. I have these two. What I've done is I've removed the spent blooms, and they still continue to bloom and open up the new buds. So I have this nice color here, this gift from the garden. I'm looking to see if there are any other flowers being formed. I think this might be one right here. That might be one. That'd be great. That would be fantastic. Now, I don't know if I see one in this grouping here, another one opening up. But anyway, it's wonderful. They all seem to be doing very well. By the way, tucked over here, right here, I put the hydrangea seedling, or start, I should say, and it's doing very well. Remember that something, I think it was a raccoon maybe, came and knocked it over. I think they were looking for water, and ended up knocking over my plants, my seedlings. I put the other one here. I didn't get, you see that? Oops. So they're growing on as well. I still have to get some dirt and a soil and repot them. But we have some time still. Yes, and I love these caladiums. I think they're called John Peed. I got them from Costco, and they're doing well also. And look at what's happened to this calla lily. It's kind of hard here. I think it's forming a seed inside. Interesting. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden. It's so good to be here with you today. I hope all is well with you. I have something to show you. My beautiful pumpkin. Yes, and I was able to harvest this pumpkin yesterday. And this pumpkin is my reward for my hard work and effort. And it's heavy. Yes, I measured it, and it's 10 inches long and 7.5 inches wide. This is the largest pumpkin that I've ever grown. And there's another one over there too in the pumpkin patch. So I'm so excited about this. But this pumpkin, it's going to be my pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Yes, I am going to keep it and just cut it up and put it together and make some pumpkin pie. And I have a pumpkin pie recipe too that I did a video on my channel, on Catherine's Garden channel. Yeah, last year or the year before, I made pumpkin pie. So I'm going to use that recipe to make a pumpkin pie. Yeah, and so look forward to that. Or you can go back and watch my video on making pumpkin pie. I want to make a pumpkin pie with this pumpkin, and I want to puree this pumpkin myself. And I found this recipe on YouTube, and I really want to try it out. I also have this butternut squash here too, and the person said that we could actually use any of our squashes to create a puree or filling, a pie filling. And seeing that this is Thanksgiving week and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, I want to try this out and see how this pie is going to work out. I'm going to make my own pie crust, and I don't know, I'm going to be original about it. So come with me as I go through the process. We shall see what it turns out to be. But isn't the pumpkin pretty? But this is so exciting. So I wanted to share this with you. That, you know, sometimes we start off a project and we plant the seeds. And I just brought my seeds out here so that you could see. But this pumpkin was made with the seeds from the Dollar Tree store, right? Remember that I had planted the seeds from the Dollar Tree, and then I put them in a little tray, and then I transplanted them and then put them in the ground. was able to harvest today the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that I planted earlier in the year in the front garden where I normally plant the watermelon. But this year I decided that I wanted to plant the pumpkins instead and see what I would get. Now this pumpkin is huge compared to what I normally get for a pumpkin. This is actually a good size. I believe it's about a foot long, about 12 inches. I didn't measure it, but I'm just guesstimating. And it is a good size, and I am so pleased to have it. My husband came with me and he helped me to harvest it off the vine. Now I planted the seeds that I got from the Dollar Tree store, and I had pre-placed these plants in a container and planted them out and then transplanted the seedlings into the ground. And I am so satisfied. I know that there is one other pumpkin on the vine that's out in the front yard, and I believe it's even bigger than this one. So I am so excited about the fact that this pumpkin is here on my kitchen counter. Well, that's this pumpkin. This is the result of planting those Dollar Tree pumpkin seeds. And you know, don't underestimate the Dollar Tree pumpkin seeds, the Dollar Tree seeds. Those seeds are some good seeds. They're viable and they do produce. And look what I have, a jack-o'-lantern. That's what it's called, the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. It kind of looks like it too. If I put the face on it here, kind of looks like one, huh? But no, this pumpkin is for pumpkin pie. That's what this is for. Yeah, this is my pumpkin pie. But anyway, yeah, so what I did in the spring is that I planted the seeds in a little seed tray, and then I transplanted the seedling and put it in the patch in the front garden, and there it was able to grow. So I'm going to show you all of that. I'm going to show you how it all came to be. And I could not harvest it on my own. My husband had to help me. Now that I didn't show you because I needed my hands and his hands to be able to rescue this pumpkin. But he did. He came out and he helped me. He cut the stalk, the top, and I was holding it underneath so that it wouldn't fall through the bushes, through the shrubs, and was able to bring it into the house. I am so happy to see it. What a blessing. What a harvest. Yeah, so I have this pumpkin, and in it are going to be a lot of pumpkin seeds. And because the pumpkin was so successful in growing here, I'm going to save these seeds, save some of these seeds for next year so that I can plant them in the garden. Because they say that these seeds are going to, they're already set up and accustomed to my garden, my land, and that they will grow well here in my garden because this pumpkin did well. So because of that, I'm going to save the seeds. And that's the other thing that I want to share with you, that now is the time to harvest seeds, to save seeds for next year. The Dollar Tree seeds are non-GMO seeds. They're natural and organic, so we'll be able to use them, yeah, to have some really beautiful pumpkins next year. Save your seeds, save your seeds. Don't eat your seeds. Save some of them for next year. And then you can have many pumpkins. Then you can have many pumpkins just like this one. I want to show you my dahlia. They're just starting to really flower a little bit here. It's kind of small. I don't know. But then I see some buds here in these others they planted here. We shall still wait and see. In this pot is my Tuberous Begonia. And finally, it's decided to flower. I'm hoping that at the end of the season that whole pot would be covered, that you wouldn't even be able to see the rim. As you can tell, it's an old pot that I have. But I'm hoping that it will cover it. Last year, it covered the whole pot. There were so many blooms. So that is what I'm hoping that will happen with this year. It is still some time. I believe that they will last all the way up until the first frost. So that will probably be, the beginning of October, around that time maybe. This is the other Tuberous Begonia. This one is filling out a little bit better. Well, at least it looks that way. I think because, of course, the pot is smaller, but yeah, I think it's a little wider, maybe. But look at the color combination. Check out this Dahlia here. I gave it the tomato cage, and that I was using for the lilies, and so now it's not hanging down on the ground, so it has a chance to be erect and to bloom. Check out all of the other begonias here with the cabbage. Cabbage is coming along. This is my reward for my hard work. This is my pumpkin. And it makes me happy. I think that is just it. We cannot get tired in doing our gardening, or whatever it is that you're pursuing in life. That when you get an idea, your idea is the seed. then you have to act on it. You have to plant the seed. Because I could have all the seeds that I want, but this is not going to help me until I plant the seed. When you plant the seed, then there is the expectation of results. Then you're going to see something happen. So you can have your idea, but then it requires that you do something about that idea. And I had the idea of getting pumpkins, and I wanted pumpkin patch. I wanted a pumpkin to make fresh pumpkin pie with. So I bought a pack of seeds, and then I had to do something with the seeds. I had to plant the seeds, put them in the dirt, and then I had to water the seeds and not neglect them. I had to be alert and making sure that the seeds did not dry out. And as they grew, I had to continue to nurture them. Then I had to decide, well, is this the right timing for me to transplant them into the ground to a new location? And when I saw that they were of a certain size, that they had their true leaves, I then lifted it and put it in a particular location. But then I had to know the nature of the pumpkin. This pumpkin is a viney plant, so it needs space to grow. So I thought about it. Where gets the most sun? It has a lot of space. And the front garden is a good location. And I planted it there, and I knew that I could train it to travel on the shrubs, on the evergreen shrubs. And it worked out, because as the vine was growing, I started to see that there was a pumpkin forming. First it was just really, really small, about this big. And I said, I'm going to watch that, because that's the possibility of a pumpkin. And then as it started to grow and become larger and larger, I had to stay alert to make sure that nothing was troubling it, that it was well hidden and safe, that it was growing, that it continued to get water, especially during the dry season, because we experienced some dry temperatures here in the Boston area. My Zone 6 urban cottage garden, it was starting to get real dry. So we had to water it and water it and water it. And as we watered it, the leaves stayed fresh. And then I noticed that it was starting to sink into the shrubs. And I'm saying, oh, I have to make sure that it's secure. So I kind of adjusted it so it was leaning on a branch, so that it wouldn't go all the way through, down through the branches. And as it continued to grow, I looked at it. It was first green, right? And then as I continued to watch it, it started to turn this beautiful orange color. And I noticed that it was all around it, because I lifted it up gently because I didn't want it to break now. All around it was this orange color, this beautiful color. You can see it, yeah? See? I said, I don't want it to become overripe, so I had to use some discernment. I said, well, if I pick it now at the right time, that it will last me into the fall. I called my husband. I said, come and help me. Let's harvest. Today is the day to harvest the pumpkin. Here it is, and I get to show it off with you and share my blessing, share my harvest. Yeah, so let's celebrate. Yay for the pumpkin. Yay for the pumpkin. My first harvested pumpkin for 2020. And the reason why I'm excited, because there is another one there in the garden, and I'm monitoring that one. That one's still green, but that one, it's getting longer and longer, larger and larger, because of where it's located amongst the shrubs. So we're going to keep an eye on that one and see if there is any. If we're going to also look to see if there are any other pumpkins hidden amongst the shrubs. Yes, so I'm excited. Yes. So, have you been planting? And have you had any surprises in the garden? My okra is doing very, very well. I need to harvest them. Let me see if I can pull it off. No. I need something to use to harvest it, but look at that. There's another one. And here's one here too. I'm going to have to be a little more vigilant next year in planting these okra because it does work and they taste so fresh and delicious. My zucchini is still producing. You see that? Then I have to harvest them. Have you seen anything that has exceeded your expectation in the garden? Well, if so, leave a comment down below and share it with us so that we can celebrate with you too. Yes, your successes in the garden. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below how are things going in your garden. And also, know that I appreciate you. I thank you for coming and watching my videos. And I hope they're inspirational. I hope that they are giving you a little more joy. And even if you don't garden, that it will inspire you to want to garden next year and to even have a house plant. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How is your garden growing? I hope all is going well with you. I hope that you are having a lot of exciting times, that you're sticking it out, that you're staying alert to things that are happening in your garden so that you can harvest them at the right time and, enjoy your garden, that you'll get your rewards for your hard work and hard labor. Because it is, it's work. The garden is work, but there's also the enjoyment of the garden too. So, see you next time here in Catherine's Garden. Bye. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Catherine's Garden. Bye.